Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was capped off by a Myles Gaskin touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. Time to get our first look at the Patriot offense and quarterback Matt Jones, the rookie out of Alabama, the number 15 overall pick in 2021.
And he's the latest in a line of Alabama quarterbacks that are potential NFL starters. Sat behind Tua Tagovailoa patiently, waiting his turn, and in 1 year as a starter, exploded on the scene. 41 touchdown passes to just 4 interceptions, 77% completion percentage. He had it going. Alabama won a national title, and now here he is getting his shot in the NFL.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Jones throw complete there to Smith.
Let's go. Let's do it.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. Forward there. Go. Mike 13. Mike 13. He's coming. He's coming.
Now Jones. That swung out wide to Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Check me out. Mike 13.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run.
Let's see what you got.
On the draw, it's Harris. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Mike 13.
Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. And the AFC's Pro Bowl punter last year, Jake Bailey, on a punt for New England. As he should be able to pin it back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Target. Let's go.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa.
Mike 53. Watch the pass.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, they can really throw off a play. It looked like he let it go too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. The Mets are going to get there. Down he goes. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
The New England Patriots were seeking a good edge rusher. Matt Judon is now providing that, having come over from Baltimore. 30.5 sacks the last 4 years there. They expect him to get to the quarterback frequently in Patriots red and blue.
So on fourth down, the Dolphins' new punter for 2021, Michael Pilardi, on to punt. Gunnar Olszewski deep for New England. Escapes the defender. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jones' throw there taken in by Smith. That catch good for only a couple. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a quarter.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And it's taken in at the 9. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Philip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more going to come.
On 2nd and 9. Tua. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
From the gun, it's Tua.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I know you felt that one.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Three yards remain for second down.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
Tua, the final shot before half. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Cam Newton with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South as we head back here to Florida, check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Leonard Fournette, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Devin Singletary, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, just the lone touchdown accounting for all the scoring. A tight one, 7-0 is the score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Well, the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
You better bring it. Mike's 13, Mike's 13. He's coming, he's coming.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Single receiver. Hey, you're in it.
Looking to throw. Jones throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Smith. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in Week 1. And it's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, you know, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Watch tight.
On 2nd down, it's Harris, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
They run again with Harris. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They hand this off to Harris. And he dropped it about the 11 after only a yard.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, Those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready, black, 95.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 13.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Tua going up top. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Back now in Foxborough. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Mike 8. Mike 8. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
2nd down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All day. All day. Joker.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Screen pass to Lindsey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well. And they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. Lindsey, first down and more than that. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 71 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Gaskin again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Myles Gaskin already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a Myles Gaskin touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. So now Jones and the Patriots down by 11. A minute 53 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
He's coming. Check him.
You're trash, you're trash. Mike 13.
Jones.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Connecting with Aguilar. And they're able to get this one across the 35. To throw is Jones. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble blocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Pass complete to Harris, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Get him, boy.
They get get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
Here we go.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Interception. Jones, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Mike 13, Mike 13.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones into the secondary past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Jones on 1st and 10. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he completes it to Henry. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Back to throw again. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. Touchdown! Hunter Henry from 21 yards away. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should overdo it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week on and plenty of weeks to come. So for Miami, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.